Hey everybody, welcome to Bart's Formers. Wanted to do something a little different today and talk about the import situation that's happening with Metal Cardbot right now, particularly with Tyrant Zero here. It's the most highly in demand imported toy of the year, and probably for several years before that in the transforming robot collector community. Just what's been happening with Tyrant Zero in particular has really kind of raised some concerns among the collector community, and it certainly made me realize about some, serious issues with the future of Metal Cardbot in the United States and other places outside of South Korea. Again, I can only speak to what I'm seeing here in the US, but talking to collectors in South America and Canada and other places, it seems like they're seeing similar issues. So let's get into it. I had pre-ordered Tyrant Zero from an eBay seller that I had used since I started collecting Metal Cardbot in the fall of 2025 last year. And he kind of was getting flakier and flakier. The orders were taking longer. There was always messages with excuses about, it was held up here and there. And so again, I placed an order with them. I had some faith in them still, and the price was pretty good. So I placed a pre-order for Tyrant Zero, all paid for up front. And the last week in June, I get a message from them saying, hey, these new safety laws, I don't know if I'm going to be able to import this in. I would recommend that you cancel your order, which I did. But then in the same group of messages, which I'll show here, he also states that he had already spent the money from pre-orders on other things. And so that is a red flag to me personally, that he probably just didn't have the money to actually buy the Tyrant Zero toys to, ship out to his customer. But then I also heard from people using different sellers that they also were advised to cancel their orders based on these new laws. That they were worried it was going to hold them up indefinitely, basically. July 1st, I placed an order with a different importer on eBay, and the price was the same as what I had paid previously for the pre-order, and got here yesterday, which was July 13th. So less than 2 weeks from South Korea to Chicago, and here he is. Wish I'd gotten a little sooner, so I could have gotten an early review out. But Soltron beat pretty much everybody to it, which is perfectly fine. Love Soltron's channel, so it really is making me ask myself how long this situation of importing these toys is going to be sustainable. And I don't think it is going to be for very much longer. I know Agabus is obviously bringing the first season of Metal Cardbot toys to the United States. And apparently at BotCon, they announced that they are going to be releasing Tyrant Zero in 2027. I don't see how that is going to happen. I just don't. It's taken them forever to get the first season out, and people have been clamoring for S-Series and W-Series toys, since before they started releasing the first series in the United States. So it's going to be a tall order, even in a partnership with Big Bad Toy Store. I just don't see the distribution channels there, especially at a $200 price point, which is what they were apparently talking about at BotCon for Tyrant Zero, the 200 USD. We'll see. I hope so. I have only bought one toy because, honestly, I don't have much interest in those Season 1 toys. Black Hook, I got the same one everybody else got, which is a great toy. The rest of them are a little more childish and Tonka-coated than maybe adult collectors would enjoy. So that's the only one I've gotten. How much longer am I going to be able to afford to, or even have access to, toys being imported from South Korea? They keep getting more expensive. There's stricter laws. There's tariff nonsense. There's all kinds of things that are going to interfere with the ability to import these toys, and it's only going to get worse, is what it looks like from where I'm sitting anyway. I don't know. I have seen now that importers from South Korea are asking now upwards of $450, not even including shipping, for Tyrant Zero. So there's some price gouging going on there. Now, I know that the toy is in high demand and kind of scarce even in South Korea, so they might be having to pick them up on the secondary market there before they're marking them up and then selling them to people in the United States or wherever else they're importing them to. So I understand why these things happen, but I mean, I wouldn't recommend paying $400+ for this toy, as amazing as it is. I mean, I think if you're paying more than $300, maybe wait and really hope that Agabus gets it together and does get Tyrant Zero out next year. And this again highlights what a lot of toy reviewers have been talking about recently, that as much as we love Metal Cardbot toys, they're not a threat to Hasbro. They're not a threat to Transformers toys. It's just, they're too difficult to obtain, especially the ones that people really want, the Tyrant Zeros and the Heavy Iron W's and the Takis and stuff. I mean, those are a ways off from American distribution, if Agabus actually can even do it. So we shall see. Tell me in the comments, what do you all think about it? What has your experience been like buying from eBay or Gmarket or AliExpress for the Chinese versions of these toys? Let me know in the comments what it's been like for you all. And do you expect to continue to collect Metal Cardbots, the imported versions? Or are you going to now say, hey, this Tyrant Zero situation has kind of really made me realize I should probably just sit pat and wait for the American releases? Thanks for joining us today on Bart's Warmers, and we'll see you on the next one.